How to fix Google structured data errors that you may see in Google Search Console. In this video session, I'm going to show you an easy way to fix the structured data errors that you may be having with your website. When you press on structured data, it reveals to you what sort of data type the errors are coming from, and you can surely investigate further by pressing on these links to see what is the error. In this example, for mine, it's saying it's missing FN. FN means full name, but sometimes it says missing updated, missing author, missing date published, all this stuff. So whatever is missing and whatever the error is, here's how you can quickly fix it. Press on Data Highlighter and simply grab a sample page from your website. The sample page should be the format. In my blog, I know I have many different blog posts that has the same layout. Make sense? So I have different pages that uses different layout. So if you have, let's say products, e-commerce site, and so on, then choose that sample page. And then place that URL there and then say, okay, what that page is about. For mine, it's article because it's blogs. For yours, you may have products or events and so on. So you simply select whichever is suitable for you. Let me choose article because the same principles apply for everything. Make sense? So you still follow the same process for marking up and fixing errors for any different item types. You can say tag this page and others like it. In my example, as I've said, many pages use this layout. So let me choose that option. Tag that page and others like it. So it's going to go ahead and do that automatically. Or you can surely choose just one page if you want. Let's press OK. Now in my example, what was missing was, okay, that's a new post I published today. So let's go and find an old page. Let's say let's go back in time. How to rank for a keyword fast. Let's grab that because that's in its index. So as you can see, it just threw an error saying, you know what, if the page is not in our index, then we won't be able to use Data Highlighter. Let's press OK. Now I can start highlighting to tell Google where that missing information is located on my page. So in our example here, it's saying, you know what, titles are required. And I know this is the title for my layer on my other pages as well. So I can highlight that as I use my mouse and highlight the whole portion and say that's the title. It's going to go ahead and automatically fix that. But you see, where are we? Structured data errors obviously says different things here, right? So whatever is saying it's missing, you have to locate that information and say, you know what, if that's missing, that information is coming from, where are we? Let's say that's the full name, for example, right? So then I can say that's the author, right? But in this example, okay, this is rather tricky to actually explain to you. The data type that is showing me now, that's HCard. So I can't use Data Highlighter to fix that per se. Make sense? Because it's asking for full name. Here I can give the author details, but that is to mark up for different data types. which is in schema.org. Make sense? So keep that in mind. If you see errors because of schema.org mistakes, then you still need to do the same thing, as in follow this approach. When it was published, here you can say, you know what, the published information comes from here. So now I can say that's date published. Or go to advanced and say, you know what, that takes a different, I can say that's the year, that's the month, and that 16 is the day. So now, as you can see, but that's a mistake because I have that comma there. So that's the day. I need to remove that comma, as you can see. So data highlighter will allow you to fix many of the errors that you see in Google Search Console. But in my example, and for a lot of WordPress or static site owners, or using different content management systems, if the errors are, microformats, whatever is missing, then you need to follow a different approach. Let me cancel this because you kind of understand how to use the data highlighter to fix certain error types. But in my example, it's saying missing FN. So what can I do with that? I can say microformats. Let's say just search microformats. And let's go back. Let's go back and look at HCard. Yes, it was HCard that was having the problem. So now we can go into the page itself where we can gain additional insights to see how we can place that FN information that is missing. So I'm going to show you my local copy of a sample static page as well as WordPress page in a minute. Let's imagine this scenario. For my static page, the author full name was missing. Let's go and put rank SEO. That's one. And let's say that's my name. Let's grab that, wrap that within span. Now I'm showing you my local copy, but you can still access your web page files from your web hosting manager. Let me show you how you can do that as well so that we can see. So once you log into your web hosting account, you can go to File Manager. The interface that you may be using may be different. Then go to where your web page is residing. You can press on whatever page you'd like to modify and fix. Right click on it and press Edit. It will still take you to the same source code. So I'm showing you the local copy, so don't get mixed up. In this example, I say, you know what, that's my name and missing is FN. That means missing my full name. So I can simply span my full name and say class FN or even name. So I can use this format. That's what it's missing, okay? If that's missing, I just make sure that I place that within class attribute. While here, let's say that's a name. Let's also span the business name, Rankia SEO Services. Let's say that's my business name, so you do the same thing for yours. So wherever that information is coming from on your pages, you need to locate that and span that within a class attribute. Span it within class attribute and say that's FN org. Org comes from organization, which is this here. So that means if you're marking up for local business, because that happens a lot, you use this format. It's still FN, it's still the name. But if it's a personal name, then you use this format. But what if, let's imagine this example here, March 16, 2015 was the date published. So now let's imagine that structured data errors are saying it's missing updated or date published. If that's the case, we do the same thing. We say span. Let's wrap that in span first and say class updated or published. Make sense? So whatever is showing you here, you modify your web pages accordingly. Now let's imagine that all the information that you need to fix the errors are here, because you may say, okay, you know what, I'm actually using photo and so on. You can put them additionally. The Search Console shows you what is actually required to be valid markup, because some of these things are not required, they're just additional. Okay, but nonetheless, that option is there for you to mark up your website better. Now let me show you a WordPress site. Now let's imagine that we have a single.php for WordPress, and somehow we know that published information is coming from somewhere. So you need to work that out. You can still log into your web hosting to find your theme files, and some of the information for date published, author, and so on may be coming from template files, template tags. If that's the case, you simply locate, perhaps, find and search that information. You can use the web page itself to better understand how to fix those errors. You can press F12 on your keyboard using Chrome and then go and say, where is that information coming from? Because looking at that may reveal to you further insights as to exactly what template files you need to modify. But nonetheless, if anything is missing, you just need to make sure that it's not missing. Make sense? So for Microformats errors, you need to use class attribute and then place whatever is missing. This for Microformats. For Schema.org, you follow the data highlighter option. Now once you make the changes to fix those errors, then simply go back to structured data testing tool, fetch URL, and then see if your updates are all okay. In this example, you will see that FN, in this example, it's fixed now. So that means next time Google comes and crawls your website, you will not see those errors. I thank you very much for learning with me. And if you benefited from this video session, please give me a like and share this video, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.